Hello everyone, this is Shruti Saxena Das, and in today's lecture we are going to cover distance vector routing. So in the previous lecture we have already covered what are the types of routing algorithms, and basically there were two major categories. First one was static, in which it does not take routing decision on the basis of topology or network traffic, but in the case of dynamic, which we have discussed, that in case of dynamic routing it takes its routing decision on the basis of topology and network traffic. So if the topology changes or if the network traffic increases or decreases, on the basis of that the router takes the routing decision, and the routing tables are exchanged periodically in this case. So one of the algorithm for dynamic routing is distance vector routing, which we are going to discuss today. So we'll start with the distance vector routing. So it is also known as Bellman-Ford algorithm, and suppose we'll take one network first. So suppose we have taken a network in which we have four nodes. These, I'm calling it nodes, but these are routers. Suppose this is the network, okay, and we are having four routers A, B, C and D. So in this case, if we'll follow distance vector routing, then the first thing will be all these routers will maintain a table is also known as vector. So it will be based on the distance, that's why we are calling it distance vector routing. So all these routers will maintain a routing table which will be exchanged periodically. So distance vector routing is also known as Bellman-Ford algorithm, and it requires that a router should inform about the topology changes to its neighbors periodically. Like for A, neighbors are B and C. So it should inform if the topology changes. If suppose a new node comes and join in, or suppose if some link failure occurs, then in that case it should be informed. The neighbors should be informed so that they can change their routing tables or update their routing tables. And each router has to maintain a distance vector table which will contain the distance between itself and all the possible destination nodes. Like in this case we have taken four nodes, so A should maintain a table which should have entry for B, C as well as for D. So we'll start with the vector table. Each vector table will be having three entries. So you'll be having three entries. The first entry will be ID. Okay, so ID, what do you mean by ID? ID means the ID of a router or a destination to which packet is to be sent. Like if suppose A is maintaining a routing table, and in this network you are having B, C and D, so it should contain destination B, C and D. So for A, if suppose this is routing table for A, then it should contain an entry for for B, C and D. Okay, the second field will be link cost. Link cost means how much cost will be there to reach B, to reach C or to reach D from A. Link cost is directly associated with number of hops. So it means that cost is the number of hops that a packet must take to get there. Okay, the third one is, and most of the time we take it as 1. So each hop is counted as 1. So if we see, to reach B it will take 1 hop, to reach C it will take 1 hop, and to reach D it will take 2 hop. Okay, 1 hop and 2 hop. To reach D via B you have to take 2 hops. Then the next one will be hop or next hop. So it is the name of the router or ID of the router to which packet must be delivered. Like in case of B, as B is directly attached to A, so next hop will be B only. For C also, because a direct link is available, that's why the next hop will be C. But for D, there is no direct link available from A. So we have to go to D or send packet to D via B. So from A to D the next hop will be B. So here we are going to write B. So like this, all the node maintains routing table. Okay, so we'll see the steps of the algorithm which we need to take. The first step in distance vector routing is this, that each node knows the distance or cost to its adjacent nodes. So each node, like in this case A, knows how much cost is needed to reach its adjacent nodes. So each node first of all will prepare the initial table in which it will have entry only for the direct neighbors. Okay, so for A it will have entry only for B and C, not D. Okay, when B will exchange its own table with A, then only A will get the entry for D. So first step will be that each node knows the cost to its adjacent nodes. Okay, it will prepare a vector which will contain the cost ID of adjacent nodes. The second step will be that these nodes or these routers will periodically send these routing updates to its neighbor. Okay, so second step will be that each router exchanges its vector table or vector with its neighbors. Okay, so once, see, first of all, for each router initial table will be prepared which will contain only the direct nodes, only the nodes which are having direct links. So adjacent nodes will be maintained. After that, after initial tables have been prepared, then the next step will be that these router will exchange their vectors with their neighbors. Then in case if any new route is available which is having less cost, then the distance and the next hop values will be updated. So how these things will be updated? There is one equation which is known as Bellman-Ford equation that is followed. So what we'll do, once we'll receive the routing update from the neighbor. So after receiving update or vector from a neighbor, suppose V, cost is updated and next hop is also changed accordingly. Okay, so suppose for each y, you have to remember a few things. dxy, if we are writing like this, then that is denoting the estimate of least cost from x to y, distance or cost. So estimated cost or distance from x to y. Then if we are writing c x comma v, then here node x knows the cost to each neighbor v. Okay, so this is the cost from x to v, cost from x to v. And for each y, what we have to do, we have to take the estimated cost from x to y, and we have received a table from a neighbor v. In that case, how we are going to calculate this? We have to find out the minimum of current estimate and we have to take the cost from x to v plus the estimated cost from v to y. What does it mean? It means that suppose we'll take the same network which is available. Now in this case, suppose this is x, A is x and neighbor is v. That means we'll take b as the neighbor and it is b. So if v is sharing its updates to a, if v is sending its own table to a, so what will happen, that it will check for c. There is one more router c. Now what it will do, that for this y we'll check the current estimate, which is from a to c we are having the direct link which is having cost as 1. And if we'll see that there is one more route which is available, which is from xv. What is x? X is a, v is b. So that means the cost of a to b, which is 1, plus estimated cost of v to y. V is b and y is c. So from b to y it is 1. That means this will be 1 plus 1. So we have to take minimum between the current estimate, which is 1, and the value of this one, which is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So 1 comma 2, minimum of 1 comma 2. So it will consider 1 only, which was present over here in the table of A. See, I'll explain it again, that if we'll consider this network, we are having A, B, C, D, 4 nodes. Now see what we have written, that in the first step, all the routers will maintain their initial table, which will contain information about their adjacent nodes. After that, each router will exchange table to all other nodes. So B must be having table which must be having information like this. Adjacent nodes are A, C and D. So A, C, D. To reach A, the cost is 1. To reach C, cost is 1. To reach D, cost is 1. And the next hop, as we are having direct link, so next hop is also ACD. Now what will happen, that in the third step we have to update tables according to the information received or according to the vector received. So if neighbor V is sending something to X, neighbor V means if we are considering A as X, so neighbor is V. If V is sending its own table to A, then we'll check all the entries and we'll check the entries according to this formula. So for C, if we'll see this particular router, which is C, so for each Y, what we have to do, distance from X to Y. What is X? X is A, Y is C. So distance of A to C we have to check. So current estimate from A to C is, see the table of A, from A to C we are having cost as 1. So we'll take current estimate as 1. And if you'll see this cost of X comma V, what is X? X is A, V is B. So cost of A comma B is 1 plus distance from V to Y is 1. So again 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have to take minimum of these two. So we'll take one only, which is already present. We'll take one more example for this one. We'll take one more example for this one. We are going to take 4 nodes, A, B, C and D. All these 4 are routers. Okay. So the first step, what is the first step? That all the routers should prepare their routing table, which must be containing information about their direct neighbors. So in this case, A will maintain table like this. One more thing is there, that in this case each router maintains its own information also, but it is initialized with 0. Like for table A, ID, cost and next hop. Okay, so ID will be A, then we are having direct link to B and C. Okay, so for A the cost will be 0 only. To reach B, cost is 1. To reach C, cost is given as 5. Okay, as both of these are direct links, so we'll write next hop as B and C only. Then for C, you can see that we are having direct links to A, B and D. So we'll write the entries like this. As the router name is C only, so the cost will be 0. For A we are having direct link with 5. Next hop will be A. For B we are having 3. It is direct link, so we'll write B. Then for D we are having direct link with the cost 6, and we'll write D over here. Now D will maintain a table. It is having a direct link for B and C. So it will be having entries like this, B, C and D. As it is D only, so it will be initialized as 0. To C it is having 6 direct link, so we'll write 6, C only. For B it is 2. Similarly, B will also maintain the table. For B we are having direct link to A, C and D. So for A direct link, B will be 0, C direct link 3 and D direct link 2. So the first step will be that each router will maintain initial routing table. In the second step, all the routers will exchange their tables with each other. Like suppose in this case, if we'll take C, then for C, A will send its own table to C. Now what you have to do, you have to check for each router that whether the cost is minimum or not. So you have to update it accordingly. Like suppose if A is sending its own table to C, then C is X, A is V, okay, and we'll take B as Y. Okay, so what will happen over here? See, we are having an entry A. From C to A we are having cost 5, we are having direct link, and we are having cost as 5. Okay, now if you see over here to reach distance of A from C is 5, which is given. Okay, now what you have to do, we have to take distance AC plus distance of A, cost of A. So cost of A is 0. So what you have to do, see, it will be received like this. For A it is received as 0, this value is 0. For B the value is 1. For C the value is 5. So what will happen here, if you'll check 0 plus 5, it will be 5 only. So there will be no difference. 1 plus 4 will be 4. okay, which is greater than 3. So in that case, see, to reach B, from C to reach B, we are having this scenario, 5 plus 1. Okay, that means what we have to do, if we see, this is X, this is V, this is Y. So in this case, we'll check with distance of X to Y. That means from C to B is equals to minimum of current estimate. What is the current estimate to reach B? With 3, comma, what you have to do? You have to check the cost to reach from C to A. From C to A, the cost is 5. Okay. From C to A, the cost is 5. Plus, from A to B, whatever table A has sent, you have to check that value, 1. Okay. From A to B, you have 1. So we'll add 1 over here. So minimum of these two is 3, 6, minimum is 3. So we'll keep this as it is. Okay. Again, for C, there is no need. For D, there is no entry in A. So we'll keep as it is. Okay. So there will be no difference in this case. Now, in the second case, B will send its own table to C. Now see, when B will send its table to C, what will happen? In this case, you see that to reach A, the cost is 1. Here, to reach A, the cost is 5. So what we'll do, we'll take C as X, B as V, because V is the neighbor which is sending its table. So in this case, B is sending its table, so we'll consider B as V, and in this case we are estimating the cost for A, so the node for which you are estimating, we'll take it as Y. Now see what we'll do, we'll take again the same thing, D of C A. What will happen? Minimum of, what is the current estimate to reach A? Current estimate in the table of C to A is 5, comma, B has sent its table, so we'll check from C to B, what is the cost? Cost is 3, plus from B to A, what is the cost? 1. So this is minimum of 5, 4. Now if you'll see, the cost via B is less as compared to the cost which was there. Yes, the cost for A was more if we were taking the direct link from C to A, whereas if we'll go via B, then the cost will be less. So what we'll do, we'll update it accordingly. Similarly, for D also, if we will see, now if we are estimating for D, then we'll take Y as D. Now if you'll see, this was for A. If we'll take for D, then what will happen? C. For D, the direct link from C to D is 6. See this entry. But if we'll take via B, then what will happen? Again, we'll take from C to D. Minimum of current estimate is 6, comma, via B if we'll go, then distance of XY, which is 6. Distance of cost of XV. See the formula which we have discussed. You have to see the cost for XV, which is 3, and distance from V to Y, which is 2. So again, if you'll see, the minimum is via B, which is 5. So what we are going to do here also, we'll update the table of C and we'll send all the packets which are coming for D via B. So now the new table for C will be ID, cost, next hop, So to go to A, we have seen that via B we were getting the less cost, so we'll write cost as 4, and the next hop will be now B, because to reach A we are not taking the direct link, we are taking via B. So next hop will be B. For B we are having a direct link, so it will be 3 only. For node C, same node, so it will be 0. For node D, what will happen? For node D, earlier it was 6, but now with the formula we have seen, we have estimated the lowest one, and now we were getting 5 via B. So we are not taking this route, we are taking C to B and then B to D. So now the new cost is 5 and we are taking it via B. So the new table will be estimated like this. Likewise, for other nodes also, tables will be shared and the lowest cost will be estimated and updated. So this is the main purpose of distance vector routing, in which what we have to do, that we have to first of all prepare the initial table for the direct neighbors, then we have to consider the 2 hops, and then we'll take, now see, when B will share its information with A, now A is not having any entry for D, but when B will share its own table with A, it will create an entry for D also via B. So A will create an entry for D and the distance will be A to B will be 1, B to D will be 2. That means 1 plus 2, it will be 3. So cost will be 3 for A to reach D. So like this, tables are maintained and updated, and no node has knowledge about entire topology. Okay, so after one message exchange, each node knows about nodes 2 hops away. After 2 message exchange, each node knows about nodes 3 hops away, and so on. So this process goes on like this, and these information, these vectors are exchanged periodically so that routes can be updated. And if the update is not received from a particular node, this is it for a particular time, then it is assumed that the link is failed. Okay, so after that again the routes should be modified and the entry to that particular node should be deleted if you are not getting any response from that node. So this is about distance vector routing, in which all the nodes maintain tables according to the distance, according to the cost of the link to reach a particular node, and these information and these vectors are exchanged periodically. So this was the sole purpose of distance vector routing. In the next lecture we are going to discuss link state routing, which is again one of the important routing algorithm, and I hope this you must have understood. In case of any issues or any queries, you can write in the comment section, and watch the next video for link state routing. Thank you so much.